At my brother's housewarming, his fiancée saw my worn-out jacket and laughed. I bet you're here to beg for money since you're homeless. My parents told me to stop being sensitive. I waited until she bragged about her new job at my company. Then I said, actually, I'm the CEO and you're fired. I wore my old frayed Carhartt jacket to my brother. Leo's housewarming party because it was freezing. And honestly, I just come straight from a 14-hour weekend shift at the logistics firm I built from the ground up. I didn't think twice about it. I just wanted to support my brother. The moment I walked into his brand new suburban home, the music seemed to drop. Standing in the center of the living room was Chloe, Leo's fiancée. She was holding a glass of champagne, draped in designer clothes, surrounded by her friends. She looked me up and down, her eyes stopping on the faded cuffs of my jacket. Then she laughed. It wasn't a polite chuckle. It was a loud, mocking cackle that drew everyone's attention. Oh my god, Leo, Chloe announced to the room. I didn't know we were hosting a charity event tonight. I bet you're here to beg for money since you're homeless, right? Did you sleep in your car or do you just enjoy looking like a vagrant? My chest tightened. The room went dead silent. I looked at Leo, expecting him to defend me. He just looked away, nervously sipping his beer. I turned to my parents, who were sitting on the couch nearby. Mom, Dad, are you seriously going to let her speak to me like that? I asked, my voice shaking with a mix of exhaustion and humiliation. My mom sighed, waving her hand dismissively. Oh, stop being so sensitive, Mike. She's just joking around. It's Leo's big night. Don't ruin the mood with your drama. My dad nodded in agreement. Your mother's right. You always take things too personally. Look at what you're wearing anyway. You could have tried harder. The humiliation burned in my throat. They had no idea how hard I worked. They had no idea about the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, or the fact that I purposely kept a low profile to avoid people using me for my money. To them, because I didn't flaunt my wealth, I was the family failure. I swallowed the anger, forced a calm smile, and walked over to the kitchen island. I poured myself a drink and just waited. I knew patience would be my best weapon. 30 minutes later, Chloe was standing by the dining table holding court. She was practically glowing as she clinked her glass against my mom's. I have some amazing news, everyone, Chloe bragged loudly. As you know, I've been trying to break into corporate tech logistics. Well, I finally got hired as a senior operations director at Apex Global. It's a massive, multi-million-dollar empire. The hiring process was brutal, but they only take the absolute best. I start on Monday and the salary is insane. My parents erupted into cheers. Leo beamed with pride, kissing her cheek. My girl is going to be running the show, he boasted. I stepped out from the shadows of the kitchen, taking a slow sip of my drink. I walked right up to the center of their circle. Apex Global? I asked, keeping my voice smooth and conversational. Wow, that's a really prestigious company, Chloe. Are you sure you're ready for that level of responsibility? Chloe rolled her eyes, scoffing. Please, Mike, like you would know anything about corporate responsibility. Don't try to act smart just to make yourself feel better about your sad little life. I earned this. Unlike you, I actually matter to high-level executives. I let out a soft, dark laugh. I reached into the pocket of my worn-out jacket, pulled out my phone, and opened my corporate email app. I tapped on the newly updated organizational chart for the upcoming Monday. I turned the screen toward her. Right at the very top of the pyramid, above the board of directors, was my name, Michael Vance, right next to the title, Founder and Chief Executive Officer. Chloe's eyes scanned the screen. I watched the color drain completely from her face. Her smirk instantly evaporated, replaced by a look of sheer, unadulterated terror. Wait, she whispered, her hands beginning to shake. No, that's a mistake. You're just a driver or something. Actually, I'm the CEO, I said, my voice echoing in the silent room. And you're fired. Don't bother showing up on Monday. I'll make sure HR revokes your offer before I even leave this house. Leo gasped, stepping forward. Mike, wait, you can't do this. She's family. My parents stood up, suddenly looking panicked, realization dawning on them. Mike, let's talk about this. You're being too harsh, my mom pleaded. I zipped up my worn-out jacket, looked Chloe dead in the eyes, and smiled. You should have been more sensitive to who you were insulting. I walked out the front door into the cold night, leaving behind a house full of stunned silence and regret.